Good afternoon, and we'll be talking about communication today. And so, I would say, in my professional opinion, communication is probably the most important thing in a successful business. And I think that's something I'll die on the hill for that one. But if you don't communicate in a business, then you're not going to be successful in terms of, say, I'm going to be on a different page than another person, and so we're going to mess things up. And we may tell a customer something that's not true when we were supposed to tell them something else. So you got to communicate in order to have that happen or to prevent that. And so I have three examples for good communication. And so one of them is, say, we have a big freight order at my company that I'm working at, Southern Camaro, and we're scanning in the items, and the biggest thing at this point is to just check everything in and make sure that we have the quantity of items right that we ordered. In order to do that, I've got to scan the items and be able to yell to the coworker across in the office how many items we have, and they've got to take my word for it. And so there's a lot of trust there, but there's also a lot of communication that goes on. And so there's not a day that I don't talk to someone, because we have to communicate. And so we have inventory, which is good, and then also we have the sales department, which we have to communicate with our sales department, because if we don't, then we're not going to be able to understand some of the notes that they put on the sales quotes. So we won't know what to pull and why to pull it. And so whenever they come in and give us orders, they tell us or make sure that we know the situation so nothing gets screwed up on our end and we can keep the customer happy. And so I think it's very important that people communicate, period, especially like that. And so usually almost everyone in our office knows about everything that's going on when we ship or do anything in the business. Everybody knows everything because you have to. Everyone has to keep everyone accountable. And when you don't, that's when we start to make mistakes, and that's not good. So the last thing for communication is also when I go talk to my CEO or the one who owns the business, it's very, very important that I let him know what our shipping costs are. And so when we ship through certain websites, we get certain prices on how much it costs to ship, and then he'll go and update the price on our website and like tell customers, it costs this much to ship this certain part because it's either this big or this tall. And so if he doesn't do that and he doesn't adjust the price, then we may be losing money by not giving enough or not saying enough for shipping. And so we're having to pay more for shipping and lose more money, and vice versa. We may be getting too much money, because yes, we do want to make money off shipping, but also we don't want to make too much, because I don't think that's really right. We just make a good amount off shipping. And so overall, I think, like I said before, communication is one of the most important things that a successful business has. And when you don't communicate, there's usually a lot of room for error. And so I think that everyone should learn how to communicate really well.